Greetings, and welcome back to our channel. Are you weary of your emotions dictating your every move? Do you find yourself reacting impulsively to colleagues, experiencing debilitating anxiety during presentations, or feeling perpetually engaged in an internal struggle with your own mind? It is time to cease allowing your transient feelings to exert such profound control over your life. This video serves as a concise yet comprehensive breakdown of Thibaut Meuriss's seminal work, Master Your Emotions. We will provide you with the ultimate blueprint for achieving profound emotional control. Ensure you watch this video in its entirety to finally seize command of your inner landscape and transform chaos into clarity. But before we delve into the invaluable insights this summary promises, I would be deeply grateful if you could take a brief moment to support this endeavor. Your simple act of liking this video, subscribing to the channel, and activating the notification bell allows me to continue sharing these transformative concepts with a wider audience. Your engagement is truly appreciated. Thank you. So, what's the core idea? Simple. Imagine your emotions are like the weather. You can't stop the rain from falling, right? But you can grab an umbrella, put on a raincoat, and not let it ruin your whole damn day. This book teaches you how to do exactly that with your anger, your fear, your sadness. It's about observing your emotions, not becoming them. Alright, first up, why are we so bad at this emotional control thing? Meuriss says it's because we're basically on autopilot. Something happens, we react. We don't even think. Someone cuts you off in traffic? Boom! Road rage. Boss gives you a weird look? Oh shit! I'm fired. Our brains are wired for survival, not for chill vibes in a modern office. We're just reacting to primal instincts. We also tend to identify with our emotions, like, I am angry, instead of, I feel anger. Big difference, dude. When you are angry, it consumes you. You become the anger. When you feel anger, it's just a feeling passing through, like a fart in the wind. You acknowledge it, but you don't become the fart. You know? This subtle shift in language is actually a huge deal. So, how do we fix this mess and actually become the boss? Meuriss breaks it down into a few key steps. Think of it as a 3-step process. Step 1, awareness. You gotta know what the hell you're feeling. Most of us just shove it down or explode. This book says, stop. What exactly is this feeling? Where do you feel it in your body? Is it a tightness in your chest? A knot in your stomach? It's like being a detective for your own damn feelings. The more you know, the less power it has over you. You can't control what you don't acknowledge. Step 2, acceptance. This is a big one. Don't fight your emotions. Don't judge them. Just accept that they're there. Like, okay, I'm feeling pissed right now. It's fine. It's just a feeling. It will pass. Trying to suppress them is like trying to hold a beach ball underwater. It's gonna pop up eventually and hit you in the face, probably harder. Just let it be. It's okay to feel what you feel. Step 3, action or non-action. Now, this is where the magic happens. Once you're aware and you've accepted it, you get to choose your response. Instead of yelling at your coworker, you can take a deep breath and respond calmly. Instead of panicking about a deadline, you can calmly make a plan. You're not reacting impulsively. You're responding intentionally. You're the driver, not the passenger. You decide where the car goes. He also talks a lot about changing your perspective. Is that traffic jam really ruining your day? Or is it just a minor inconvenience that gives you time to listen to a podcast? Is that critical comment from your boss really destroying your self-worth? Or is it just one person's opinion that you can learn from? Shift your lens. Shift your feelings. It's like putting on different glasses. Suddenly everything looks different. Section 3, practical takeaways / how to apply it in real life. Alright, so how do you actually do this stuff? Meuriss gives a bunch of practical, no BS tips you can start using today. Mindfulness and meditation. Yeah, I know, sounds a bit woo-woo, but seriously. Just a few minutes a day to observe your thoughts and feelings without judgment. It's like going to the gym for your brain. It builds mental muscle. Journaling. Write down what you're feeling. Get it out of your head and onto paper. It helps you process stuff instead of letting it fester and build up inside. It's like a mental detox. Question your thoughts. When you feel a strong emotion, ask yourself, is this thought actually true? Is it helpful? What's the evidence? Most of the time, your brain is just making up drama or exaggerating things. Challenge that inner critic. Breathing exercises. Simple, but incredibly effective. When you feel that anger or anxiety rising, just take a few deep, slow breaths. It literally calms your nervous system. It's like hitting the reset button on your internal alarm system. Emotional vocabulary. Learn to name your emotions precisely. Instead of bad, is it frustration, disappointment, or irritation? The more specific you are, the better you can understand and manage it. And here's the kicker. This isn't about being emotionless. It's about having more control so you can actually enjoy the good emotions more fully and deal with the bad ones without them derailing your whole damn life. You become more resilient, more focused, and honestly, just a happier, more effective person. In business, in relationships, even just chilling at home, it changes everything. You become the master of your own damn ship. Now, with our foundational understanding established, let us proceed to explore the additional key takeaways from Master Your Emotions. These further insights are crucial for deepening your comprehension and enhancing your practical application of emotional mastery. We all experience a complex array of emotions throughout our lives, both positive and negative. But understanding and navigating our emotional landscape is a skill that can be cultivated. In Master Your Emotions, Thibaut Meurisse explores the biological and psychological roots of human emotions. He delves into emotions' fleeting nature and offers strategies for overcoming negative feelings when they arise. The book also examines how our thoughts, physical states, environments, and behaviors shape our emotional experiences. By developing self-awareness and embracing challenges as opportunities for growth, Meuriss suggests we can master emotional regulation and find balance. The writer underscores that while optimistic thinking isn't a panacea for all problems or a method to completely eradicate negative feelings, it can play a role in their regulation. Changing how you view situations can significantly enhance your mood and reduce negative emotions. Recognizing the impact that external elements have. Meuriss underscores the profound influence that one's environment exerts on their emotional well-being. He emphasizes the significance of eliminating or minimizing activities that hinder productivity and of liberating oneself from harmful impacts. The daily activities we partake in, along with our social encounters and surroundings, significantly shape our emotional well-being. Meuriss proposes that various factors, not just your cognitive activities but also the environment you're in, contribute to the formation of your emotional condition. A disorganized work area may drain your drive, in the same way that negative relatives can deplete your zest. He then underscores the importance of establishing a clear goal in life, engaging in pursuits that provide happiness, and making certain that positive forces surround you. Exploring the impact of various sensory inputs, such as music, on our emotional responses. The writer demonstrates that music, when employed skillfully, can transform your mood and bolster your self-assurance in numerous ways. Listening to energetic tunes can boost your spirits, whereas immersing in classical melodies or consistent ambient sounds can help concentrate your mind. The writer describes how Chris Bergland, a notable sportsman and mentor, utilizes music to motivate himself and cultivate an optimistic mindset while engaging in demanding exercises. Other perspectives. While physical activity is generally beneficial for emotional well-being, it may not be a suitable solution for everyone, especially those with certain physical disabilities or medical conditions that limit their ability to exercise. The idea that adopting authoritative poses can lead to mood changes and hormonal shifts may be too simplistic, as the effectiveness of power poses has been debated in the scientific community, with some studies failing to replicate Amy Cuddy's findings. The comparison of exercise to antidepressant drugs might be misleading, as it oversimplifies the complexity of treating mood disorders, which often require a multifaceted approach including medication, therapy, and lifestyle changes. The recommendation for sleep, diet, and breathing might not take into account individual differences and medical conditions that could affect one's ability to implement these changes or benefit from them. Mindfulness and visualization techniques, while helpful for many, may not be universally effective, as some individuals may struggle with these practices due to various psychological or cognitive reasons. The emphasis on positive thinking and perception could inadvertently lead to the minimization of genuine emotional distress and the complex nature of mental health issues, which can't always be managed by a change in mindset. The impact of the environment on emotional well-being, while significant, may not account for the intrinsic resilience and coping mechanisms that individuals possess, which can mitigate the effects of a negative environment. The role of music and other sensory inputs in shaping emotional states can be highly subjective, with responses varying greatly between individuals due to personal preferences, cultural differences, and past experiences. Strategies for altering and regulating emotions. The book emphasizes actionable strategies for managing our emotions, which involve changing our perspective and actively adjusting our behaviors and environments. Developing strategies to let go of negative emotions. Meuriss explains that managing our emotions effectively doesn't require us to eradicate negative feelings. Instead, it involves strengthening our capacity to oversee them. There are a number of things we can actively do to help with that process. Cultivating self-awareness and remaining unbiased while managing one's emotions. Meuriss explains that when we suppress our emotions, they inadvertently become more deeply ingrained in our subconscious minds. They become entrenched patterns and start dictating your behaviors. To efficiently manage your emotions, begin by acknowledging their existence and impartially monitoring them. This means being able to see your thoughts without identifying with them, and without adding an interpretation to the emotions they generate. Practicing acceptance, forgiveness, and detachment from unproductive ways of thinking. Recognizing your emotions is crucial for creating a separation between them and your sense of self. Instead of stating, "I'm sad," express it as, "I encounter a sensation of sorrow." The author clarifies that this method makes it easier to separate one's emotions from their identity, thereby easing the release of those emotions. Developing the capacity to forgive is essential for letting go of negative emotions. Meuriss describes forgiveness as an act that demonstrates love for oneself. Holding on to past grievances cultivates resentment, whereas choosing to forgive allows for full participation in the present moment. Developing a routine that enhances the frequency of positive emotional experiences. Meuriss outlines a method for intentionally modifying your subconscious to preserve a consistent emotional state. He implements particular tactics to nurture profound emotions and demonstrates methods to sustain a constructive emotional condition. Establishing daily habits that bolster your emotional resilience. Throughout history, it has been a consistent message from mystics that the patterns of our thoughts form the bedrock of our existence. Focusing on positive thoughts enhances the likelihood of experiencing positive emotions. The author recommends taking practical measures to foster gratitude and boost confidence, which includes keeping a record of thankfulness and establishing a repository to acknowledge and keep track of every accomplishment, no matter how small. Employing affirmative terminology, visualizing success, and setting clear goals that influence and direct fundamental thought processes. Meuriss describes a method where positive statements are repeatedly used to convince your subconscious of their truth. He further underscores the importance of setting clear goals and the effect of visualizing your success in reaching these targets. Meuriss motivates us to envision our ideal existence, meticulously describing everything from the order of occurrences during an impeccable day to our breakfast preferences and the people we interact with, as well as the feelings we encounter. Changing one's environment and modifying one's behavior can influence an individual's emotional trajectory. We can improve our mood and set the stage for a life of joy and fulfillment by changing our behavior and the environment we live in. The writer provides guidance on pinpointing the origins of distressing emotions and proposed strategies for addressing these challenges effectively. Identifying and addressing the root causes behind negative emotions. Meuriss argues that simply changing one's posture or using positive self-dialogue might not be adequate to manage negative feelings. Sometimes, changing your behavior is essential. The writer prompts readers to consider the root causes of their stress, including their tendencies to delay tasks or experience apprehension. Identifying particular measures to improve your emotional well-being can bolster your general health status. Introducing practical alterations to one's daily schedule and environment. Meuriss offers examples drawn from his own life. He once realized that his dissatisfaction stemmed from Facebook, prompting him to reduce his engagement with several social media networks. He encourages us to scrutinize our surroundings and daily routines, pinpointing changeable aspects like excessive television viewing or the tendency to leave tasks unfinished, which culminate in a plethora of unresolved matters in our existence. Other perspectives. While changing perspective can be helpful, it may not be sufficient for individuals with clinical depression or anxiety, where professional treatment is necessary. Overseeing negative emotions might sometimes require acknowledging and processing them rather than just managing or overseeing them. Cultivating self-awareness is beneficial, but remaining completely unbiased in managing one's emotions may not always be realistic or healthy, as emotions can provide important information about one's values and boundaries. Acceptance and forgiveness are important, but they should not be forced or rushed, as this can lead to superficial healing. Detachment from unproductive thinking could potentially lead to avoidance of important issues that need to be addressed. Establishing daily habits for emotional resilience is useful, but these habits must be personalized, as what works for one person may not work for another. Positive thinking is beneficial, but excessive focus on positivity can lead to ignoring or invalidating genuine negative experiences. Toxic positivity. Keeping a gratitude journal and acknowledging accomplishments can be helpful, but it should not lead to complacency or a lack of ambition for further growth. Affirmative terminology and visualization techniques are useful, but without action, they can create a false sense of achievement. Setting clear goals is important, but overly rigid goal setting can lead to disappointment if flexibility and adaptability are not accounted for. Changing one's environment can influence emotions, but it is also important to develop internal coping strategies for when environmental changes are not possible. Identifying root causes of negative emotions is crucial, but sometimes emotions are not rational and do not have clear causes, making them difficult to address directly. Practical alterations to one's daily schedule and environment can be beneficial, but they must be sustainable long-term to have a lasting impact. Utilizing emotions as a catalyst for personal growth. Thibaut Meurisse presents emotions as tools that aid in personal growth. Improving the way you view yourself can greatly improve your overall well-being by helping you recognize its importance. Acknowledging the insights and direction provided by our feelings. Meuriss elucidates that our emotions serve as navigational tools. During periods where pessimistic feelings influence you, your grasp of reality and interaction with the environment can become skewed. A discrepancy between your current situation and your aspirations is indicated by this symbol. Recognizing that emotions can indicate opportunities for self-improvement. Meuriss likens stress to the experience of physical discomfort. Ignoring a physical injury will result in ongoing pain. Ignoring the causes of stress will inevitably result in more severe consequences. Stress essentially acts as an impetus for individual growth. This principle is equally relevant to all other emotions. What message is being conveyed to you? What changes do you need to make in your life? Cultivating an understanding of oneself to monitor emotions impartially. Meuriss characterizes self-awareness as the ability to impartially observe one's thoughts, emotions, and behaviors without indulging in self-criticism or introspective evaluation. An absence of self-awareness can greatly impede your attempts to make changes in specific aspects of your life. The author presents two simple models that improve how we see ourselves and assess our situations. One identifies whether our attitudes are proactive or reactive, and the other separates motivations fueled by fear from those motivated by love. Utilizing emotional experiences as a catalyst for change. By sharpening our ability to identify emotions as they emerge, we can guide them to bolster our self-improvement. Keeping a diary can aid in making this process easier. Reflecting on our responses to challenging circumstances can be an enlightening learning opportunity. Embracing difficulties and obstacles as opportunities to enhance oneself and to grow. The author stresses the importance of negative emotions in encouraging us to confront reality by letting go of the stories we hold onto. One might interpret depression as a signal to release the grip of the ego and escape the limitations of individual thought. The author recalls how he erroneously blamed his mother for not providing support, despite her having positive intentions. Frequently, Our perception of events is tainted negatively due to a skewed understanding of reality. Skillfully managing difficult emotions can bolster resilience, cultivate empathy, and increase self-understanding. Meuriss underscores the importance of improving your emotional experiences by first becoming more conscious of the feelings you experience. Maintain a record of your reactions to various situations throughout a week to discern their triggers. Participating in this activity improves your self-perception and grants you a more profound insight into your emotional reactions. These insights will aid you in more effectively managing your negative emotional reactions and in developing strategies to increase the occurrence of positive emotions throughout your day-to-day life, aligning emotions with a deeper sense of meaning and direction. By improving our self-awareness, we strengthen our capacity for emotional regulation and align our emotions with our core values. Gaining mastery over our emotions doesn't mean we completely eliminate unpleasant feelings. Rather, it involves steering our emotional responses in alignment with the personal goals we've established, nurturing feelings that bolster the quest for significant objectives. Meuriss describes insufficient motivation as typically being a symptom rather than the root cause. An absence of a clear and motivating goal to work towards indicates this. People who possess a distinct and intrinsic motivation directed at a particular goal rarely experience ongoing shortfalls in their drive. Individuals might experience moments of feeling trapped or encounter frustration, yet they recover resilience by reaffirming their purpose. Incorporating emotional intelligence as a key component in a comprehensive strategy for self-improvement. The author posits that the way you perceive the world fundamentally molds your sense of self. Seeking approval from others is not always necessary. You are accountable for molding your life and transforming into the person you aim to become. No matter what choices you make, there will always be some people who do not agree with them. You don't need to pursue validation from others for the decisions you make. Cherish the genuineness that defines who you really are. The author underscores the importance of taking responsibility for all facets of one's life, encompassing both successes and setbacks, as a crucial step in the path toward emotional growth. Letting go of the stories you cling to can lead to lasting peace and a stronger connection with life. Emotions as navigational tools suggest that our feelings can guide us in understanding our current situations and aspirations. Just like a compass points north, our emotions can indicate if we are aligned with our goals or if adjustments are needed. By paying attention to our emotions and the messages they convey, we can navigate our personal growth journey more effectively. Emotions serve as signals that prompt us to reflect on our experiences and make necessary changes for self-improvement. In the context of emotional growth, proactive attitudes involve taking initiative and responsibility for one's actions and choices, focusing on solutions and personal growth. On the other hand, reactive attitudes are more passive, often driven by external circumstances, and can lead to blaming others or feeling like a victim of situations. Understanding and recognizing whether your attitudes are proactive or reactive can help in shaping your responses to challenges and fostering personal development. The models for self-awareness mentioned in the text are designed to help individuals observe their thoughts, emotions, and behaviors objectively. One model distinguishes between proactive and reactive attitudes, while the other separates motivations driven by fear from those motivated by love. These models aim to enhance self-awareness and assist in evaluating situations and behaviors more effectively. By applying these models, individuals can gain insights into their own thought patterns and emotional responses, facilitating personal growth and emotional regulation. Negative emotions, like depression, can serve as signals prompting us to confront reality by letting go of distorted perceptions or narratives we hold on to. They can indicate areas where our beliefs or interpretations are not aligned with the actual circumstances, urging us to reassess and potentially make changes for personal growth. By acknowledging and addressing negative emotions, we can uncover underlying issues, challenge our assumptions, and ultimately move towards a more authentic understanding of ourselves and our experiences. Embracing difficult emotions can lead to increased self-awareness, resilience, and a deeper connection with reality, fostering personal development and emotional growth. Strategies for managing difficult emotions involve becoming more aware of your feelings, keeping a record of your reactions to triggers, and reflecting on your responses to challenging situations. These practices can help improve self-perception, provide deeper insights into emotional reactions, and aid in developing effective ways to handle negative emotions while increasing positive ones. Aligning emotions with core values for emotional regulation involves understanding your fundamental beliefs and principles and using them as a guide to manage your emotional responses. By connecting your feelings to what truly matters to you, you can regulate your emotions more effectively and make decisions that are in line with your values. This alignment helps you navigate challenges with a sense of purpose and authenticity, leading to a more fulfilling and balanced emotional life. Motivation is often a response to having clear and compelling goals to work towards. Clear goals provide direction and purpose, fueling intrinsic motivation. When individuals have a strong sense of purpose and direction, they are more likely to stay motivated and resilient in the face of challenges. Clarity in goals helps individuals maintain focus and drive towards achieving their objectives. Emotional intelligence plays a crucial role in self-improvement by enhancing self-awareness, self-regulation, empathy, and social skills. It involves understanding and managing one's emotions effectively, which can lead to better decision-making and healthier relationships. Individuals with high emotional intelligence can navigate challenges more adeptly, communicate more clearly, and build stronger connections with others. Developing emotional intelligence is key to personal growth and achieving long-term success in various aspects of life. So there you have it. Master Your Emotions by Thibaut Meurisse. It's not some magic pill, but it's a damn good instruction manual for your brain. If you're tired of being an emotional roller coaster, if you want to make better decisions, crush it in your career, or just stop being a walking stress ball, then this book is definitely worth checking out. You will find the direct link to acquire your own copy of Master Your Emotions conveniently located in the description section below. This truly remarkable book, with its profound insights and engaging narrative, stands as an invaluable resource. It is designed not merely to captivate, but to genuinely inspire and equip you with the practical wisdom necessary for mastering your emotional landscape. Go check it out, seriously. And if you found this summary helpful, hit that like button, subscribe for more real talk and book breakdowns, and let me know in the comments. What's one emotion you struggle to master? Until our next session, continue your journey of self-discovery and conscious living. And always remember this fundamental truth. Your emotions, much like the passing clouds, come and go. Observe them, acknowledge them, and allow them to flow without attachment or resistance. Goodbye.